to honor the discovery of the Raman effect. Government of India officially designated this day as National Science Day in the year 1986. On this day in 1930, Sir C.V. Raman announced his groundbreaking discovery, for which he was later awarded the Nobel Prize. Based on this significant Raman effect, Raman spectroscopy was developed, which is widely applicable to perform sample identification, material characterization, quality control, and in general, to investigate the physical and chemical properties of matter. To commemorate this significant event, various team-based science communication activities are organized across the country. This initiative aims to promote scientific awareness and appreciation among people of all ages. Schools, colleges, and universities play a crucial role in celebrating National Science Day by organizing special events and activities related to science and technology. The theme announced for 2024 by Government of India for National Science Day is Indigenous Technologies for Vikasit Bharat. The theme itself reflects the role of ancient and native scientific techniques that have been evolved in our country over centuries and have made us significantly and technically sound. The Government of India is once again announcing and emphasizing the role of such indigenous scientific techniques for further development and modification if required any, and can help to reach the mission Viksit Bharat, that is, develop India by the year 2047. To begin the program with, I invite our guests on the dais. First, I invite Professor B. Jagannath Reddy, in charge principal, University College of Science and Technology, and also the president of today's program, onto the dais. I now invite Professor Y. Srinivas Rao, Dean Faculty of Science, on the dais. I am glad to invite the guest of honor, Professor E. Sudhakar, Registrar for our University, onto the dais. Now I take the privilege of inviting our distinguished guest and the speaker of today's program, Dr. Y.V.N. Krishnamurthy, Chairman, Project Appraisal and Monitoring Committee, Ministry of Earth Sciences, and also former Director, NRC ISRO, on the dais. The chief guest of today's program, Professor K. Padmaraju, Honorable Vice Chancellor of our University, will be joining us shortly and inform us to commence the program. So now I request Professor Jagannath Reddy, in charge principal, to take over the program. Thank you for the given opportunity.
So I request all the guests on the dais for Jyoti Prajwala. Please say. Jyoti Prajwala, sir. Teachers.
All the teachers are requested to join paying tributes to Sir C.V. Rao. Please.
All the teachers are requested to join the parade tributes to Sir C.V. Rao. Please.
దగ్గరలో చూసుకోండి.
Now, I request of you stand for university inauguration.
आंध्र भारत कीर्ति आश धर्म स्फूर्ति आंध्र भारत कीर्ति अडुगडुगुन संघ संस्करण दीप्ति भवनाल तोरणं सुविशाल प्रांगणं भवनाल तोरणं सुविशाल प्रांगणं Adikavi Nannaya Vishwavidyalaya Godavari Nannaya. Adikavi Nannaya Vishwavidyalaya Godavari Nannaya.
Our today's esteemed speaker, Dr. Y.V.N. Krishnamurthy Garu, Chairman, PAMC MOES, Minister of Environment Science, and former Director, NRSC ISRO, and respected Register Sir, Professor G. Sudhakar Garu, Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor Y. Srinivasa Rao Garu, all Deans, Principals, and all faculty members and my dear students. I extend my greetings to all of you on National Day 2024. Today is a remarkable day in the history of Indian science. On this day, that is 28th February, as all know that Sir C.V. Raman announced his discovery as Raman effect, for which he was awarded the world's highest reward, that is Nobel Prize. The day serves as a reminder of India's scientific heritage and encourages scientific research and great innovations. It also seeks to inspire the younger generation to pursue especially their careers in science and technology. Firstly, a scientific mindset for the development of a nation, that is more important. As you are aware that every year the government of India announces a theme for National Science Day, especially to recognize and to promote the ideas of science in resolving social issues, especially social issues, and developing scientific approach in the young minds like you, and also from schools and all colleges. Coming to this year the theme is, as you have on the flags, that indigenous technology for Visit Bharat at the rate of 2047. I request all participants to a big clap for this kind of thing. That means that is developed India by the year 2047, which we get a century of independent India. That's the thing what our Prime Minister sir has designed, this kind of thing. And this is the time we have to reconsider our own scientific techniques and ideas for making Bharat a developed country. India is known to be rich and heritage in traditions and customs. If we closely observe for each of such traditions and customs, there is a scientific backbone. Because of such practices to follow like Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, etc., the entire world is looking towards India. Now there is a scope of developing, improving, and even commercializing such techniques for making India a self-developed nation. That's the more important. Based on the theme answered by the Prime Minister of India, and College of Science and Technology has conducted several events and competitions such as elocution, essay writing, quiz, drawing, PowerPoint presentations, and many more in the College of Science and Technology. The students have actively taken part and they won prizes, and I congratulate all the participants and winners of these events. In addition to this, we are also encouraging students who topped in semester end examinations by awarding them with a medal and certificate. At this outset, I would like to mention about our dynamic Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Adikavi, who is a supporting person and who is a visionary of this Adikavi Nannaya University. Sir is encouraging us all in all time. With his relentless efforts, we have commenced a course, SC Food Science and Technology this year, and also offering students a project for during 4th semester in CSR CFPRA Central Technological Research Institute, Mysore. By signing MOU with it, that's a great thing what our esteemed Vice Chancellor meticulously planned this course, especially after taking charge of this great university by our great visionary Professor K. Adikavi. To mention some more MOUs, MOU with Infosys, Springboard for training our engineering students with all advanced concepts and free of cost, and MOU with CGRI, that what we have, that CGRI at Rajahmundry, extending research facilities and sharing scientific ideas, etc. And one more MOU with the National Taiwan University, that Pharmacy University, Taiwan, for the whoever are interested for their career and study at Taiwan, especially National Pharmacy University. This indicates that our Vice Chancellor sir is a great visionary, and a great visionary, if a great visionary automatically takes charge of a university, that university destination will be in a very fantastic way. On this junction, I would like to convey students and science fraternity that the future of development is in your hands only. Hence, be curious towards science, work on it, and go for research in sciences and make your future more bright. Just now I have discussed with the chief guest, Krishnamurthy Garu, that so we are concentrating on core research, but sir said that you always go for societal benefit and application oriented, then you will get a lot of funding. Funds are there, only how you go for tapping of funds, that's the more important. Thank you, sir, for giving such kind of inputs. You remember that a person like Krishnamurthy Garu is there available. You remember all youngsters, especially for youngsters, I request. This is the time where you have opportunity to interact with the chief guest. So that's the remember all of you keep in mind whenever there is a possibility, you please interact with our chief guest. With these open remarks, I conclude my speech. Now, I request our College of Science and Technology, Dean Faculty of Science, Mr. Y. Srinivasarao Garu, to address the gathering with the greetings. Please, sir.
Today's respectable Chief Guest, Krishnamurti, our respectable Minister, Sudhakar Garu, and in charge Principal Professor Jagannath Reddy, my co-faculty members and students. First of all, hearty wishes and best greetings on National Science Day on the name of C.V. Raman's Nobel Prize achievement. Government of India has taken initiative for promotion and awareness the importance of the science, which is into the root levels of the common citizens. So though the demand is going on increasing towards engineering and technology, without science there is no engineering, there is no technology. The basic science is essential. Based on that science only, engineering and technology is coming out of that. And so that every discipline who are taking into the conventional courses, the basic, content has to be read and concentrated. This has been existing, even though we are looking towards the Western countries, now the world is looking towards India. Because of the expertise, high quality, engineering and technological human resources available, and they're taking into importing of the human resource from India. But starting from our Vedic periods, we have our own science and applications and visualizations of the universe. So whatever the achievements we are getting in telecommunication, satellite technology, and moving towards the planetary systems. Today we have a very highly valuable chief guest who is going to make you, to take you into the developments which are going to come and going to come up in the field of space technology and its applications. So, as part of the theme of today's Science Day, the indigenous technologies to reach the Viksit Bharat. As of 2022, our Prime Minister of India has announced that Amrit Kaal is to come up. This is the period of Amrit Kaal, just how every day is going to have a Brahma Kaal, that is going to be 3:15 to 3:45 or 4 o'clock. This is Amrit Kaal, why he is mentioning it. India has made an objective to become a developed country by reaching 2047, 100 years of independence. Whatever strides and struggles we made and we are getting it, whatever deletions are going on within the society, but we are making our own mark in the world. Not only in the field of space and telecommunications, even medical field and then drug development, even the software, we are the topmost behind the developed countries. Even a lot of people are going outside of the country. So this is the whole nutshell of our ambitious achievement to reach the developed country. So for reaching the developing country goals, we need to meet some of the criteria, that is sociological, economical, educational, standards we have to reach the goals so that we meet and reach and become a developing country. With this small message, I conclude. Thank you for the organizers for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your premises, for the encouragement of students' career and Viksit Bharat, the goal towards the scientific nation. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. Now I request our respected legislator, guest of honor this today's National Science Day, Mr. G. Sudhakar Garu, to address the gathering with his speech. Please.
So Dr. V. Krishnamurti garu, a renowned scientist from ISRO, Madam Krishnamurti garu, the in-charge principal, College of Science and Technology, Professor Jamon Reddy garu, Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor Y. Srinivasan garu, all teachers, all my colleagues, all the teachers, Colonel Sachin garu, and my dear friends. Once again, a very good evening, all of you. As rightly mentioned, today is a National Science Day. We are now celebrating a National Science Day. My greetings to you all on the occasion of this National Science Day. చాలా మంది లాగా నేను కూడా సైన్స్ డే అంటే రామన్ గారి బర్త్డే ఏమో అని ఇన్ ది ఇనీషియల్ డేస్ ఐ థాట్ ఆఫ్ లైక్ దట్. మరి ఆయన ఫోటో పెట్టి దాంట్లో అంటే బర్త్డే ఏమో అని అనుకున్నాను. నాకు నేను మీకులాడాను. ఇట్స్ నాట్ హిస్ బర్త్డే. హీ బోర్న్ ఇన్ ది మంత్ ఆఫ్ నవంబర్. బట్ టుడే హిస్ effect, Raman effect, his experiments, they honored on this day. They came into force. అందువల్ల ఈ రోజుని ఆంధ్ర ప్రభుత్వం నేషనల్ సైన్స్ డే గుర్తిస్తాం. యాక్చువల్గా ఈరోజు సైన్స్ డేతో పాటు ఇంకొకటి మరి అంతమందికి తెలుసు. టుడే ఇస్ rare diseases. Rare diseases. There are so many rare diseases. Kalyani garu, those who have been working on various cancers, zoology, botany, other microbiology, biotechnology, biochemistry. So today is also considered as Rare Diseases Day. As all of you are aware that many rare diseases are there which are not treatable, untreatable. Many people are dying. But what we are now doing is management of the problem, management of the disease. Like that, there are so many rare diseases are there. Madam Krishnamurti is now mentioned about this case. ఆవిడ చాలా వారికి తోసేపు మాట్లాడుకున్నాను. వారు చాలా డౌట్లు అడిగారు. నేను కూడా కొన్ని క్లారిఫై చేశాను టు ది బెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ మై నాలెడ్జ్. సో దేర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ rare diseases, but doctors they are treating for the side effects, not for the crux of the problem. But so much of research has been, scientists, they are working on various issues. So we need to remember this day is also a racist day. Now coming to the National Day. మీకు తెలుసు చాలా వ్యాసాలు ఈ పత్రికల్లో అయ్యి వస్తుంటాయి, చిన్న చిన్న టెలిఫిలిమ్స్. రావణ్ ట్రావెలింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ ప్లేస్ టు ఇండియా, అదంతా సముద్ర ప్రయాణం కదా. వై ది సీ అండ్ సన్ ఆర్ లైక్ ఇన్ ఎ బ్లూ కలర్? ఎందుకు ఆకాశం నీలి రంగులో ఉంది, అలానే స్కై కూడా నీలి కలర్లో ఉంది. ఏంటి వాట్స్ ద రీజన్ బిహైండ్ దట్? హీ థాట్ దట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్. అప్పుడు హీ హాస్ మేడ్ సెవరల్ ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్. ముఖ్యంగా రామన్ ఎఫెక్ట్, ఇది స్కాటరింగ్ ఆఫ్ లైట్. ఫిజిక్స్ ఇస్తాను, ఫిజిక్స్ తెలుసు కదా, రే when it's passing through the pressure, that is divided into various colors of each gel, each by water. So that is actually the Raman's principle. the principle behind this is the rare, అది ఆ ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్ వాడికి గుర్తించవచ్చు. అందులో వాళ్ళకి వాళ్ళకన్నాలో నోబెల్ ప్రైజ్ కూడా వచ్చింది. ఇట్స్ ఎ గ్రేట్ మ్యాన్ టు రిమెంబర్ ఇన్ ది ఫీల్డ్ ఆఫ్ సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ. చాలా చోట్ల, చాలా యూనివర్సిటీలో, చాలా స్కూల్స్లో చిన్న పిల్లలు ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ బయట చిన్న డిస్ప్లేస్ పెట్టిన ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్ సైన్స్ కన్జర్వేషన్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ అనేది పెట్టారు. అలా thought behind that is we need to preserve water. We need to get water from the rainwater harvesting pits. So, ఇలాంటి కూడా ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్ చేసి ఈరోజు సైన్స్ కొద్దిగా ఎక్కువ తెచ్చి ఇలాంటి మూడు రైతులు మరి రామన్ గారు అలాంటి పెద్దవాళ్ళు కూడా చేశారు. ఫర్ సేక్ ఆఫ్ ది గెస్ట్ కృష్ణమూర్తి గారు, this sometime back you have asked me, this university was started in the year 2006 to cater the needs of Godavari region students, East and West Godavari region. This university caters the needs of East and West Godavari districts. రెండు గోదావరికి ఈస్ట్ వెస్ట్లో ఉండే జిల్లా. మీరు కూడా సార్ కూడా కోటికి నూరాడాల తెలుగు శాస్త్రవేత్త. ఆయన కూడా గోదావరి జిల్లాలకి చెందిన ఒక మంచి హిస్టరీ శాస్త్రవేత్త. అండ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ ఫర్ కమింగ్. దిస్ యూనివర్సిటీ హ్యాస్ ఇట్స్ 4 colleges: College of Science and Technology, College of Engineering, College of Arts and Commerce, and College of Education. It has its campuses everywhere. One is the West Godavari district, the other is East Godavari district. So this is a way where all administration is here. Vice-Chancellor and other all top level management is here. So this is the word history. Is started in the name of old Telugu poet Nannaya. As you were aware, that he translated Mahabharata from Sanskrit to it's a bad university basically, but I'll tell you, this is the biggest university right now in the state of Andhra Pradesh, consisting of 400 affiliated colleges, including degree, PG, pharmacy, BA, physical education, etc. Potential educational colleges like Arts College Rajahmundry. If you take that college, it is 176 years old. If you take Adikavi Nannaya College from Kakinada, it is 143 years old. This university, in terms of university, is small, but in the geographical area and also the students' strength to consideration is very big. Almost per year, 125,000 students will appear in examinations. So that is the status of this university. This is now growing university with all full faculty and other facilities. So that is the status of this university. And many people, professors are working for their level best to catch the needs of science and technology area. So, sir, ISRO గురించి ప్రాస్పెక్టస్ గురించి చాలా సేపు మాట్లాడతారు. బట్ in the recent years, as Professor Wilson and Vice Chancellor has mentioned, Amritkal and the Viksit Bharat ahead to 2027. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, is expecting the youth how India will be in the year 1947. And Swathantra Vachi, 100 years old. 100 years old. He is expecting from the youth, from you people, how India would be in the year 2047. His many already been launched, Exit Ball, Public Ball, and other programs. Some the bunch of programs being launched by government of Andhra Pradesh, expecting and soliciting from your end how India can be in the year 2047. What is that you are expecting? What is that you are expecting here in the year 2047? These kind of things we are now exploring the ideas of regulation to various grassroots levels and necessities to meet the challenges and opportunities of the idea behind that. So I'm very happy to share that not only now we are in the era of artificial intelligence, data science, and all the advanced courses, but we need to respect the basic sciences like botany, biology, some biochemistry, some physics, mathematics. Somebody has mentioned that basic science, technology. Something like that. Very basic science, latest advanced tools we can study. So, we can identify much importance. You need to learn so many courses through online, through edX, and through other sources. You need to do. That's why we learn the basic science is very important section. There's a lot of families and the directions. I urge you to support the sciences towards the development of this nation. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful message, which we have narrated the day importance in excellent way. Vinnatuga Raman effect. ఇది సైన్స్కే కాదు రామన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ సంబంధించినటువంటి దేని చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. అంతేకాకుండా రిజిస్టర్ అన్నట్టుగా ఈరోజు రేర్ డిసీజెస్ డే జెనెటిక్స్ ప్రొఫెసర్ వీ హ్యావ్ పాయింట్ అవుట్ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. రేర్ డిసీజెస్ డే ఈరోజు నేషనల్ సైన్స్ డేతో పాటుగా మాస్టర్ జెనెటిక్స్ ప్రొఫెసర్ కాబట్టి చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. అదేవిధంగా మాస్టర్ చీఫ్ గెస్ట్ గోదావరి జిల్లాకు సంబంధించినటువంటి వ్యక్తి చెప్పారు. Undi is a part of West Godavari. That all of we are very lucky to have the chief guest, Professor Krishnamurthy Garu, is from the place of West Godavari, especially Undi. And in his message, Professor Sudhakar sir, respected Sudhakar sir, has narrated the Viksit Bharat importance. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your nice message. Now I request the introduction of today's distinguished guest, Dr. Y.V.N. Krishnamurthy, Chairman, PAMC MES and former Director, NRC ISRO by Dr. Balaji Chandramodi.
Good afternoon to one and all. It's my pleasure to introduce today's distinguished guest, Dr. Y.V.N. Krishnamurthy Garu. He completed his master's in geography and double studies in geosciences with remote sensing technologies as a specialization from Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. He has 208 technical papers and 280 technical reports to his credit. Dr. Murthy Garu guided 9 scholars for doctorating. He has also developed 25 indigenous software packages. He organized more than 500 training programs, served as a distinguished scientist for ISRO and also scientific secretary for ISRO. Earlier, he used to work as a senior professor and and Registrar of Indian Institute of Space, Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. He also served as a Director, National Remote Sensing Center. During his tenure, he contributed to frame good governance practices using geospatial technologies of our nation. Dr. Muthigaru served as a Director for Indian Institute of Remote Sensing Technology and UN-related Center for Space Technology, Education for Asia and Pacific. Muthigaru has received many awards, among them a few jewels Outstanding Achievement Award, Team Excellence Awards from ISRO, Excellence Award from Union Geographical Information Technology, Bhaskara Award from Indian Society of Remote Sensing, Outstanding Contribution Award from Astronautical Society of India, National Geomatics Award for Innovation Applications for Indian Society of Geomatics. Besides this, he was one of the fellows of AP Academy of Sciences, Maharashtra Academy of Sciences, Indian Society of Remote Sensing, International Academy of Astronautics. Presently, Dr. Muthigaru is serving as a chair for committees under Ministry of Health Sciences, Government of India. In addition, he is also serving as a member of governing bodies of IIT Tirupati, Nava Avishkar iHub, Indian National Center for Ocean Chromatic Services, and member for MVGR College of Engineering and SRKR Engineering Council. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, thank you for this opportunity what I got to interact with you. Now there's no right? Is it okay? Okay, fine. First of all, I should thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Padmaraj Garu, to give me this opportunity to be with you all here on the National Science Day, which we all celebrating. And also, I'm thankful to the Star, Sri Sudhakarji, and also Jagmohan Reddy, the principal, and Nokaratnam Madam, for taking this initiative and making this program with all of you. Incidentally, I'm a personal trip here, but then being a science day, my wife prompted me, who is also sitting here in the front row, are you not giving talk to the students? Because that's what I used to do all my professional career, to interact with students and also infuse them in looking into the future, which is very bright for all of you. So that's how it has happened. I spoke to Nokaratnam Madam, I'm here for attending a marriage in the morning, so I'm available in the afternoon. And then the program has come. This happened just in 2 to 3 days' time. And that takes care of all the administration, the principals, deans and HODs, and all the faculty who are taking care of all of you to organize this program. I understand there's a lot of competitions which has been conducted on the Science Day, and many of you have won, and then you'll be receiving the trophies here on the stands. And you all may be aware, last year the Science Day topic was on global science for global well-being, because we all faced the pandemic. They had not only well-being but also the economy of the countries across the globe have changed. The attitudes changed, and the impacts you're seeing. There are wars which are happening in Ukraine, we have in Israel and Hamas. So there are quite a few unrest are there across the globe, including many developed countries. Political systems have become unstable, and these are all happening. Because this is all what happens when you have such disasters which happens once in a while, or even you have certain calamities which comes. And this is where we have to create ourselves. How we can become more indigenous. Why indigenous is, even earlier when we had the World Wars 1 and 2, there was a lot of disruption in the supply chain of material, essential materials. It can be in the World War II, it is the type of fuel which is needed, so there are many alternate fuels have come. And every disruption in the world has given rise to some new technologies, but understanding the basic science. If you don't understand the basic science, to convert that into instrument or a tool is not that easy, or it may not be robust enough to take care of the problems or issues which you're trying to look at. That's where now the new education policy, it has been insisted that we need to have interdisciplinary. Because whenever I'm discussing with your principal, so he's also talking about the chemistry. Yes, chemistry understanding is very important in terms of basics of organic chemistry, inorganic or physical chemistry, etc. And we do a lot of basic research. Ultimately, this basic research has to address somewhere certain applications which are there. That is most important for all of us to understand. And standing here on the Science Day, the Raman effect, what we call, with the spectrograph, he and his scholar Krishna, who both were doing this when we start putting a light in the transparent media, but still there is certain amount of scattering which happens. That means the frequency and the wavelengths are changing than the initial wavelength which has been used in the light. And that has gone into the Raman scattering or the Raman effect, for which he got the Nobel Prize in 1930 and the first Asian to get the Nobel Prize in science. So that makes unique for our country, and that also shows that each one of you can also aspire and become like him. And I have no reservations on that. You all can do, provided you make us confident that we want to do something which we are not able to understand today, or there are certain uncertainties in our understanding, and how we can make it together. And few of those things I try to address you, and how you can make it more effective while your learning process goes. Then another one which I am supposed to be happy here because my father worked here as a chief engineer or municipal engineer here long back. When the floods were there, then our Honorable Adikavi Nannaya was the chief minister here. He has been brought here on a special thing because people of Rajahmundry used to love him. And they were confident if he stands there, the floods will not affect the population. And that time, it didn't happen. So I don't tell the year, but you all can refer back when it is. Okay, so for that reason, I have been here on to the time it was called Rajahmundry, but now it is Rajamahendravaram. And also my grandfather made the railway line from Visakhapatnam to Rajahmundry as a single contractor, and railway station, building all those constructed by him. So I have a lot of attachments with this city, which try to reflect and then to do. Why I am telling you this is, when I went to a place, the wedding, I met many of the people who are so affectionate with one another. See, every time you want to do something, you need to have an affectionate people around you. It can be your brothers, it can be your friends, it can be your teachers, it can be your mentors, because all alone we can think, but we cannot do everything. Please understand this. We can be highly specialized in one discipline. We can be highly intellectual in it, but to do some activity, or when we talk about a vision has to be realized with a mission, and finally it has to go to the people. We need support of people. And we have in the audience, we have very senior people like Swamigar and all, whom I used to interact earlier. So you have don't look at the negative part of it, look at the positive part of it. The moment I entered your campus, earlier it was in the arts college when I came here, and now you are in a nice building, nice environment, and maybe the earlier students would have faced some hardships, but you are very fortunate to have such a green environment. Do you agree with me or not? Okay. Now coming to this scattering, see, this basic information on understanding science has given rise to many things which we are able to do. So since that we are Rajahmundry very close to the coast, first I'll start on the oceans, okay, because something is mentioned on oceans which I'm also now related to the projects, and some of you are related to it. We have huge ocean resources because we have 7,500 kilometers of coastline, and equal to that there is what is called EEZ, economic zone. And then we also have the continental shelves and also increasing them into an area. So that means you have a huge coastal area and a lot of marine resources which is under the purview of the Indian Some, that is our country, and we have the islands of Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar. And Lakshadweep is going to become a big tourist attraction, which Honorable Prime Minister also is putting through. But then when we do have such strength, what is that we are having? The fishermen. So one of the questions which has come, while technology extensively has been used for agriculture, in way back in 80s, we also started looking at how it can help the fisherman in identifying where fish is. It's very easy to tell, right? How we can tell a fisherman where fish is in the ocean? Is it possible? If you go on a boat, do you see fish? But how do you say from 400 kilometers above a satellite which is there is going where fish is there? Today it is happening. The data is getting processed in Hyderabad, nowhere near the coastal area. So the entire data from the satellites which looks at ocean color. This ocean color is directly related to the phytoplankton diatoms. I understand many of you are from zoology and biology students. So, are there biology students are there, right? Raise your hands. And there may be some physics students, right? So there are some physics students. So this is where when we understand the science telling that there is a feed, a type of fish, and that feed is of this nature, that means its composition, that is material, what it is composed of, how does it react with one another, that's all our professor chemistry. And then the physics comes into the picture to tell how to measure those colors which are in different spectral wavelengths. So but then we have a problem. What is our problem is the atmosphere. The atmosphere doesn't allow to do sensing from space in all the spectrum which is there in the electromagnetic spectrum. So there are a lot of things which get scattered. So we don't get any information. So it comes bright signature, we don't get anything. Even the clouds. Clouds also scatter. That means in the optical region, when you take an image from space, it becomes black. There won't be any information. There you have to go for the microwave. That means large wavelengths. Whereas this comes under the short wavelengths. So short wavelengths cannot penetrate because the molecule in the cloud is larger than that. So we have used the large wavelengths in microwaves cannot penetrate and then go into the downwind. So how effectively this could be used is within the same imaging structure. What happens in terms of the scattering, that has been identified with the filtering mechanism, that is imaging, and that has been subtracted to understand the water-leaving radiance. And that water-leaving radiance is directly related to the phytoplanktons. Even going to the ocean or in the sea, you cannot see this phytoplankton floating in front of you. Everything is floating there, but you cannot recognize. But you are trying to make the space images recognize those color change, which is due to phytoplankton. And that is where it is located for fish, because that is the food for it. And the other fish, which is dependent on these fish. Okay, so that because the first order, second order in terms of the food chain in which you have. So once you understand these basics, then we try to keep in what are the other parameters which is important. It's not always food. Suppose you are outside in 47 degrees centigrade, and I give you a nice pakoda, okay, which is very hot and spicy. Do you eat that? We don't try that unless there's water, right? Same thing, that means we need a good environment. Same thing if I serve here, what is being served now, it's nice air conditioning and all, we are very comfortable to sit and stay. So the fish also needs to have some temperature, the temperature gradient. That's called sea surface temperature. So we have started to detect these sea surface temperatures. Then another one, we have a lot of currents moving in and out, right? So it's not stable. The ocean is dynamic, it keeps moving. So that's called the winds, the ocean winds. Again, this we detect using scatterometer. So I'm using some words called scatterometer. How much current takes place? That determines on the waves what is the direction of the wind and the intensity of the wind. Two things we can measure. So once you have these three parameters, you can exactly tell the fisherman at this time, at this location, you're going to get the fish. But fisherman is not knowledgeable on what all we are speaking. He is trained in his own terms. We normally call them illiterates, but then they're literate and they're more knowledgeable in what they're doing for their livelihood and bringing us also the food what is needed. So for them, the direction is given in the symbols. If you go to fishing harbors, in the morning every day there's a display comes in. That was old technology. Now it is coming onto their mobile as a message. Why it is coming is through Navig. Navig is another GNSS, like your GS. We have Navig constellation of satellites, which has a facility to do the messaging. So we're able to message to the fishermen directly, telling them where, in which location, which direction, within symbols. It is not just suppose someone cannot read something. It's symbolically is conveyed to them in where to go and where to fish. And you will be surprised to know an independent academic evaluation has told this is almost like 38 to 40,000 crores per annum is the savings on fuel. Because earlier there were 20 different sites to do the fishing nets. Today go focus on the location, get fish and come. Isn't it good? So one is understanding science, making instruments, and today these ocean color systems, what we used to do as Ocean Sat 1 and Ocean Sat 2 have become now as an Ocean Sat 3. In the world, no one has such a satellite which measures all the 3 parameters which I mentioned. That means the wind speeds. The wind speeds is to tell how the currents are moving, and accordingly the diagrams and all are moving in that area, we can determine and tell. So this is what the academic benefit. See, everywhere the science and technology is nurtured. Many can be provided, it is linked to some academic activity. And finally, it has to be useful for the humanity. Okay, so without that, there's no science, there's no business. Please be clear here. Everyone can speak. We can talk about environmental management, we can talk about disaster management, but ultimately it's the academics which runs. Please be clear. How many of you are there from academia? Anyway, if no one is there, nobody. Collaborate with them. Because there will be academic stream here in the university. So you have to discuss. So that's why I was telling you, alone we cannot do anything much. Like our own thinking, our own writing. So we have to collaborate, discuss with other disciplines in understanding where is the need, where is the dire need, and this is the science and knowledge which has, and then how we try to derive all these inputs to go in other places. And some electronic students are here, or physics. Okay, but whatever you are trying to image, whenever you have your mobile, etc., there are different technologies how to get registered. Right? There is technologies called CCD, charge coupled devices. Today we have on CMOS technologies. That means whatever information, the reflectance is coming from the ground, what gets recorded on a platform, how good it records. So that's called radiometric resolution. This radiometry is such an important parameter because it can distinguish many of the features. Today, even today, the best of the softwares and algorithms which are there are unable to recognize all features detected by the detectors. If you are able to do some work on it, you are also a good entrepreneur. You can make a business out of it. Because many people are unable to recognize the features detected by these sensors. And you know how much of this data is available? It's in petabytes. Petabytes and petabytes of data is lying. In NRSC, we have one of the best data centers in the world because we receive maximum number of satellites. Almost like 20 satellites are orbiting and giving the information downloaded not only in Hyderabad, Srinagar, but also in Antarctica. Arctic also we have a station. Parallel this keep happening. And I had to see many girl students here. And many girls and women are in Antarctica. And they work for getting the data. And they work almost for 8 months. They cannot come out of Antarctica. We always think moon, Mars and all. Right? We are also thinking of astronauts. How many days are there? The maximum people stay in space. But here, our own girls are staying in Antarctica, making measurements, and they are coming after 8 months. And anything happens to them, they have to be there. They cannot come back. There's no way of bringing them. There's no helicopter service or anything. Everything is frozen. But they do that. That's their dedication. And that's being done many times by women. So, you have to clap for yourself. Don't clap for you. Right? So this is what our India is. It's not just going to Mars, Moon, etc. All things we have to learn, we have to explore. The mind should be always thinking to explore something much difficult than what we are today. And then we also have to look back and see where we are, what is happening, and who is doing bigger than what we can think. We cannot reflect in many of them because nowadays we don't need to read newspapers, right? Unfortunately, recently I started traveling by train. I have found no railway station has any bookstores. It's really unfortunate. We are not able to read. Though we think we can on mobile, we can read many things. Please understand, you have to read a book. There is no way. One day or other, again, you all learn that you have to read a book. It cannot be on net, it cannot be on digitally. Everything digitally can be there, but you should make a habit of reading books. This is very, very important if you want to think big. There are people, whomever you speak, they all read, they read books. Okay, there's no other way. And you have to make points. What all I'm making is called 2 cards. Whatever you read, make points. Suppose you visit something on economics or visit some subject which is of interest to you, you read with 2-3 friends, whomever you have. And during the tea time or lunchtime, you discuss with one another on the topic. And automatically all 4 of you are learning 4 different chapters in the shortest time. And jot down these points, and whenever you get it in the morning, just browse them, and that is there in your mind till for a very long time. You don't have to, you never forget that. And I also find today interesting is a book also can be released on GIS effective with Python program. This is also a game changer for most of the people who want to become entrepreneurs, because you must be knowing GIS, Geographic Information System. Any data which comes either from IoTs, or from satellites, or from drones, or you make any sketch maps like that. It all becomes part of the geographic location. It has a coordinate. And that coordinate relates to a person, the field, means who is the owner of the land or what activity happens. For example, where this convention hall is a pixel, a location. And the XY coordinates and the elevation what it is, because they are elevated than the ground, what is existing there. There are some activities happen. What activity, how many people came, how many of interest looking for, even out of the 100 or 200 or 300 people here, how much has interest of different nature to do all this analysis on GIS. And what type of products which you all look for, Amazon or any other approach like that. Surprisingly, I see, madam, for your reference, 10 years back, my wife Usha is recruiting people for Elon, Cisco, any graduate knowledge in GIS with Python programming skills. You know, the pay packets you can ask after my talk is over is mind-boggling 10 years back itself. So these are the other skill sets which you have to learn. One is understanding science, the tools which has come out of it, the measurements which comes out of it, how to integrate all this and find out solutions for the problems, and how to customize this and do some open source tools which will be others also can practice where Python programming helps you in a big way. So this is all happening in your university, nowhere else. So this is where you all have to come together and discuss. And also we have our Professor Sudhakar Garu is discussing the things in human genetics. I had this problem of how I came to, as an earth sciences and engineering PhD, how I was interested in is the sickle cell disease. See, there's a malaria problem. You know, there's a Plasmodium vivax. You know, the mosquito, the breeding grounds, find so that we know where the mosquito's malaria is going to come. With the Malaria Research Institute, we take a district of Chandrapur that has equal population of forests and tribals, etc. that. And we found many areas which are susceptible. This is so geospatial modeling, which are areas which are susceptible for malaria. Then in the field, people started looking at how many places the malaria actually occurred. To our surprise, where the highest correlation there we don't find malaria. How it is possible? In low correlation area we found there are malaria happening and treatments happening. But where we have the highest probability that malaria should be there is no malaria. So for 1 year we didn't have an answer. That's what I was telling you, we had then discussed with anthropology department. Anthropology department, people do a lot of genetic. So then they told me a group of ages where the high probability is there, sickle cell anemia is prevalent. When you have sickle cell anemia is prevalent, this infection will be subdued. We cannot, because they have immunity for us. But a healthy person goes there, he will have a deadly impact on him. So this is where we need to integrate ourselves. Without that, we cannot find solutions. And that is where the GS even helps with genetics. So everywhere we do have, and also it's related to remote sensing again. The spatial data, where it's located, why it is happening. There are many other examples in sandfly. From a certain type of banana plantation, when the sandfly pierces into the soft tissue of banana, and then it sucks and then it bites someone. That's how the propagation for the sandfly-related diseases happens. This happens in most of the eastern India. So once you understand the process, then we can think about how to detect. With what type of tools, etc., that, like what are scattering principles which you're talking about. And the data which comes in has to be integrated for finding solutions. And when finding solutions, you are a businessman. You are no longer a scientist who publishes research. That's why this year, the topic which has been given is in indigenous technologies for Viksit Bharat. Not up to 47. 47 is a long plan, but you are supposed to achieve before that. It means over 100 years of independence. Before that, in between, you have to do that. That's the target fixed. And government also has made a lot of restriction on import of high-end equipment. But we are able to design and fabricate that instruments, we can do it much faster. This is where the last tenure of my 5 years I found youngsters like you were able to respond and do research of a very high value, which is internationally much better than what developed world is looking at. We found that many places it is done mundanely because someone has told. Somewhere it is done. So that means if you are referring in research papers, don't get bogged down by that research element, though it is highly cited. You have to think differently. You have to ask the question, why? Why? No, I don't agree. I had to look for something else. This is how ISRO works. ISRO doesn't believe what has been published. That's why my publications are very less. I don't have much peer review. I didn't ever publish much. Okay, I have a strong technical reports person. The next steps in which it has to go. What we look at is how to find a solution, why others are not able to find a simple solution, and how we can make it effective, because ultimately we have to take things to the space where we don't have any control. Whatever we want to take into space, there are only two limits. One, you do a characterization lab, do a testing, then second step is simulation. See, what we cannot do, we can simulate. And these two we try to see, and then see how a satellite can go there, how a rocket will work, how a propellant will perform. These all can be simulated only. Finally, what is gone up is only what is called a test. That is a real test. Without the successful flight, there is no real test which gives you the data. So everything part of it, because most of the time you see the Chandrayaan 3, it has been shown. So it is holding on top of it and then slowly it goes on. See, this is a fundamental problem. Could not be understood very well that gravity situation is, whenever you have, it is a common sense, okay? Whenever you have fluid, what happens when it is tumbling? It shakes. Does it shake or not? It shakes. So when it has to ignite and continuously fire, if the fuel is going away from the nozzle, then what happens? It stops. If it stops, what happens? The function of it to reduce its velocity. Because coming with a terrific speed, I control the velocity. And the fluid, if it is going away at that gravity, we can do it on the gravity on Earth. But on that gravity level which is there, how to control this fluid exactly to be there in the nozzle? That means you have to keep reverse firing. That means there should be throttling which has fired in the reverse to exactly get the fuel to the nozzle. Because it's all liquid propellants, it's not a solid propellant. Solid propellant throttle cannot move, so it cannot move directions. So it has to be liquid propellant where the throttle moves, so you can fire on the either side, Newton's principle. Okay, so it will go to the other side. So this is a very simple in which you can balance. That way when it is being shown, It is stable at a location and exactly landed where we need. It's not for the moon landing what we're trying to do that. Once we are successful on that, we can bring back our launch vehicle and put on the launch pad wherever you want. For that, we are testing. Or our Mars orbit mission, more than 365 days, one land engine, we did fire. The liquid epoxy water, land liquid epoxy water. We didn't fire and we ignited. That was a concern, but we successfully could ignite. So these are all the deterrents for the world. The world looks at any country which trying to do any mischief in India, they think twice because they know all sorts of technologies we do have today. In the space for whatever you looked at long back, there is some kind of a system in the space and it can come down sometime and do whatever it wants to do without people knowing. It's not a missile that goes up and down. So all such technology we do have in our country. That's all again done by all youngsters like you. So my request to all of you is aim high. Think beyond. Whatever you missed in your life reading at a particular time, I told you a simple technique. 4 of you come together, read different chapters, not single chapter, they discuss about you, sharing what you have read and what you understood. Even if it is partially understood, also no problem. When you're interacting, itself you try to understand the subject more. That's the fastest way of learning. Because I'm basic chemistry in graduation, then I gone into earth science in PG. Then PhD on geoengineering, on data management systems. Nothing to do with propulsion, nothing to do with our satellite systems, etc. But as a scientific secretary, I had to deal with all the people. And I came from a village where when I went to Andhra University in Visakhapatnam, people used to joke at me. Because we all use the respect, I got a children. That's what the people used to comment on me. But from that time now, the way I am able to speak, to convince NASA or ESA or as a scientific secretary or the congressmen who came from US, tell them that how failed we are in doing our technology and how we are not cheap but we are cost effective. So they make very drastic comments which you have to bear. Because you're cheap, that's where the countries are coming to you, the satellites. So I will tell them no, we are cost effective. We are keeping the satellite in which precise location. So the fuel in the satellite is not used much. So the life of the satellite, which is for 5 years, can go up to 10 years. That's where you're all from developed countries are coming to India. Not because I'm cheap. So this is the strength of a person who has to be there when you're negotiating with people. So all the skills will automatically learn because this is not a textbook, not teachers will learn. You only have to practice. And practice comes with criticism. Someone criticizes you, the way you are able to express. Right? We don't like criticism, no? Someone tells us, hey, you didn't do a good job, your presentation is not good. Why you all like this, like that? We don't like that. But that's a positive criticism you have to take. That means there is something, a point for me to strengthen myself. Do you agree or not? So always any criticism from your teachers, your parents, your friends, always think twice. Okay? And the criticism is what actually improves all of you. Unfortunately, we don't like criticism. So in ISRO, we get criticized many. In fact, in my many talks, even my wife criticizes me if a topic, it can be a duration, but it doesn't convey the message to that. She tells me that, okay, your talk is good, but it's not conveying the message what for the topic which has been decided. So we need a critic to tell us that somewhere we deviated and not focused. That is very important. That's where I give a good patient here to your parents. You don't agree with them. And also to your teachers, you may not agree with them. But you have to believe in something. Because ultimately you are a human being, you are a living organism, nothing more than that. And we have to be useful something in the top chain, in the life cycle. Correct? We have to be useful to be part of the system. If you believe that passionately, you will not have any problems anywhere in your life. If the moment you think for self, it is for me something is going to happen, then there will be so many walls and breaking those walls is very difficult. In my entire life I see the most difficult task to deal with, even the cabinet secretary or the prime minister, or how to speak to him on that day for a particular topic. because I'm passionate, I never thought it's a difficult task, and I was never afraid of anything. And the same thing I'm trying to tell you, this is the truth. So you practice that your life is very unique, and your life you have to do something. It's not that we have become a Nobel Prize winner. Sometimes the recognition doesn't come, though your work is very important. Maybe the recognition doesn't come. Don't worry. No one recognizes you. You should be happy that what you did was beneficial to many than yourself. The moment you feel that, that is the most happiest thing in your life. And this is more than anything else than getting a big pay packet month of the end. Because if you get money, you store money, then what do you do? What do you do with that money? It doesn't really make you happy. So please understand. And also, there's a TED talk of mine. Whenever you have this thing, you kindly hear that. There are told many genuine things while talking about the subject per se, which will be helpful for you to make your career so fun. There are certain segments with government. See, always I request the faculty and the deans and principal government and all, kindly look into the websites of which ministry, which program they are priority in federal government. That federal government money comes to the state government. And state government has had 20% or 30% of it and their program. That is where money is. And the money is in big numbers. Can I tell some big numbers? What is big numbers? Because we know about the scams, but really the big numbers are, you have a rural employment guarantee scheme. You have heard about this, right? Rural employment guarantee scheme. Are you aware or not? Okay. I am not asking a question, I am telling you. Okay, this is actually give work to people in the, that is level, working level, or marginalized and small farmers to do work and get money for that work. So today we get what is called Geo Manrega. That means whoever is working will tag what is the mobile, what work they are doing, go into the board website, get the Geo Manrega, then you will see what is happening in your village. How many schemes are being done? Who are the beneficiaries? Okay, what is the beneficiary name? And the work what is doing, whether it is for water conservation or soil conservation, that we brought the convergence. Before the pandemic came, in 2017-18, it was something like 35,000 crores. How much? So in pandemic when it came, the mass migration has taken place. Because many people have to leave the cities, they have to go to their villages. But government was very confident of knowing public, that means a good governance, a transparent mechanism. Any citizen of this country or other country also, they can look on the site and look at each village, how many number of people getting work, what work, etc. So government is very clear that who, by name, they are getting the benefit of this particular scheme. So they increased this 35,000 crores, they added something like 60,000 crores. So how much it has become? 1 lakh crores. Suppose in this, government would like to analyze all this data. If you are able to do a solution and you can charge 1 rupee, right? 1 rupee for 1 lakh crores. In 1 year, how big money, how big businessman you are going to become? Can you calculate that? Mathematics will be there here. You can become a billionaire. I'm not joking. This is the truth. I got money like that from different states and implemented the project in the shortest time, if you're able to plan, and made a lot of money. But of course, that is for the government, not for me personally. So you all have to think big that you can do something much bigger than while we are studying and even whatever is happening. Don't worry about what failures are there. Failures always we should face. Whenever there's a failure, we have to understand why we fail. And then try to convert that into a success. This is where you learn and come above. And then that is where we try to put it. So you have what is called blue evolution, that is third livelihood option. For all the agriculture people, because we have in Rajahmundry, we have a lot of agriculture trees. But then if it fails, because of the monsoons not coming in the Godavari catchment, then water reach becomes less. We had some problems earlier too. So what are the alternate crops? That's where we went with the permanent tree crops. It's the second level option. That means our horticulture crops like mango, pomegranate, grapes, so many other things come. That's where during the pandemic also, these food crops cost has not drastically increased. Then the third livelihood option which has been introduced by the government is on inland fisheries. These inland fisheries, because we have today so many tanks in the central India, and there is a potential of 35,000 tons per district. Very conservative figures. This has been brought to the notice of the Honorable Prime Minister, who launched this as our program. That means you have to make fingerlings, and this fingerlings has to be put on the box, and within 3 months it is going to be harvested. Then where to store it, how to market it in the country or export it somewhere else. This is a big business still not taken off. There's an opportunity for all of you. Here, you don't have to invest money because data is there. You have to do some analysis. And then which focus subject you want to address. And once you get success in that, I will tell you, you don't have to get a budget from your state government, sir. You will have enough funds within your faculty, and the students are there in the research scholars, and here the investments are not much. If you want me to tell on big investments also, I can tell you. On chips we can do, or meta-surface dynamic antennas, which is for microwave remote sensing. This is called intelligent information, which is needed for the strategy use, etc. So there are any number of subjects which we can keep on discussing and reading, but more importantly is, whatever you read, try to understand the subject well. We don't have to give it first grade or a rank, understand well. Then while understanding well, you need to interact with other colleagues, try to make, whether you can make an instrument or a measurement, or existing data itself, how to do the analysis, because you're all using the buzzwords, right? AI, and all these war analysis is a digital thing. What is meant by digital thing? Digital thing is nothing but, we have one, because in ISRO we always do, because that's the we simulate all the conditions of the depth is there, and finally when you're doing an action, we know what will be the reaction. Suppose if I take over all the paddy here and start putting wheat, I can ask the question on, if I keep wheat, how the soil is going to respond, how will the yield, how long this yield will sustain. These are all simulations which we can do before implementing. So these are all big buzzwords what we call, which has implications. There are professors here to guide you what you want to do in the work. Or through the professors, they are accessible to you and guide you if you want to take. So try to make a big leap. Don't look at incrementally. I'll finish graduation, I'll get post graduation, and MPhil, but then you all look at how you can become a startup. And position. That means where are we positioned, who is our neighborhood, and when what business we can make. That's the group which has been given by many institutions, where you can make startup ecosystems, and funding can be any range depending upon the type of the product which you are looking at. So wish you all the best, and coming here on the Science Day and discussing with you and looking at you all while I'm interacting, I'm sure that you are going to raise to the occasion, because the country needs this. Unless we have become a strong developed country as the Prime Minister thinks about, then only we have a great future in becoming the #1 in the world, not #2 or #3. Do you all feel that we can be #1? It's not strong in our voice. Yeah, that is the spirit in which you all should go. But then my submission is, kindly hear the message of your parents, message of your teachers. Respect things, including your pen, your book, whatever is it, and respect people. Finally, do whatever you want to do. I have no problem. But first, respect. Hear people. Decide whatever you want to decide and do it yourself, because this is your life. But at least you should have a patient hearing. There's a message in each of these things which will help you in the long way, and also help you when you are in really difficulties. Because someone has seen the world earlier than you. They have fallen many a time, and they rose up and then try to give you the advice on mentorship which is being done. And once again, I thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to be on the Science Day and deliver a talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your excellent message, for promoting Science Week Temple and inspire our youth, especially our Nannaya University students, towards career in science. And sir said that there are so many startups, for ample of chances are there. And as our sir's message, application of science is there, and science activity with vision. And whatever sir said, that interdisciplinary research like GI and whatever we have, everything that GIS and IoT is interlinked, and even oceanography and radiometry, which started explain the benefit of society is more important. As sir said that you all should remember that the whole science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. Everyday thinking that is the thing you should remember, an youngster you should remember. And finally, I want to say that sir said that మనసుని చీకటిలోంచి వెలుగులోకి తీసుకెళ్లే సాధనమే సైన్స్. అందుకే ఈ జాతీయ సైన్స్ దినోత్సవం జరుపుకుంటున్నాం. చివరిగా డాక్టర్ కృష్ణమూర్తి గారు చెప్పినట్లుగా this science should be finally useful to the humanity. That's a great thing quoted by today's speaker, Dr. Krishnamurti garu. So that should be useful to the humanity. All of you remember as an youngster, you take it as a home message. That's the most important thing. There are ample of chances for refining yourself, think yourself, and come forward as much as possible, as per the directions of today's speaker. I hope that all of you got some inspiring and motivated words from our today's speaker. Now request register, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your motivational speech. So, ఎవరైనా స్టాఫ్ కానీ స్టూడెంట్స్ వచ్చారో ఒకరు మాట్లాడచ్చు ప్లీజ్. ఐ ఇన్వైట్ యువర్ అటెన్షన్. ప్లీజ్ ఫార్వర్డ్ అండ్ వై సైన్స్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండ్ హౌ యూ ఫీల్ దట్ సైన్స్ ఇస్ ప్లీజ్.
Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Registrar Sir, teachers and my dear friends, a very good evening to all present here. My name is JPS Ramya and I am from Science and Technology. I am honored to be here and to be speaking here in the presence of such great persons. Sir, your speech has inspired me a lot. Thank you so much for addressing us and giving inspiration. Thank you, sir. And as sir said, during pandemic, there was a crisis. Many businesses failed a lot. But what are we Indians good at? We are good at jugaad. That means we can convert the crisis into an opportunity. During the pandemic, even though many businesses failed and we experienced a lot of unemployment, we turned that into an opportunity for digital businesses. So there was an increase in digital businesses during the pandemic and UPI has come in handy. Such a way we can come up with innovative ideas as youth of the country, and we can turn them into a beneficial thing for the future generations. I want everyone here to contribute to the country as much as can. Education without empathy, education without a usefulness to the society is nothing. When we contribute to the society, when we do some good deed, it lasts with us forever. Today is such an auspicious day as National Science Day, on which our Indian scientist has received a Nobel Prize for his contribution in the science field. I hope everyone here accomplishes such a level of success, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to be here. Thank you, Ananda. Thank you, sir.
Anybody from the audience or Sir Puthiar is very happy to ask or any clarifications, please. Randy, please.
First of all, good evening everyone. I am very happy to share this stage in front of you. The respected dignitaries are there. Professor G. Sudhakar Garu, the Registrar, and also respected YVM Krishnamurthy Garu. Today I am telling about, I am very happy about celebrating Science Day to commemorate the C.V. Raman sir. He got a Nobel Prize in 1930. Everyone said India is a developed country, but India got 5th rank in GDP, gross domestic product. But India there are so many technologies. INS Vikrant 2019 is one of the development indigenous technology, and the DRDO developers have aeronautical systems, missiles, and also JICOD is the first developed DNA vaccine. But these are not enough to India become a good nation. India want to be a good nation. According to my knowledge, I am sharing 4 building blocks to build a good India. There are economic growth is very important for building a good nation. The next one is environmental sustainability. We all know about environmental sustainability to protect or conserve forestry or conserve water. The environmental sustainability is nothing but something which can be maintained for future generation. This is very important for building a good nation. And next one is social progress. Social progress is nothing but minimum things we need to in front of poor people. The next one is good governance. We want to build a good nation. We want a good governance. These are the 4 building blocks for building a good nation. Thank you.
So please introduce teachers. Many people are leaving. 10-15 minutes. Please. Prize distribution, some certificates. Get a 10-20 minutes program. So please kindly.
Namasabhaya Sabhapati, respected dignitaries, my dear friends, and each and everyone here, I, Dattatreya, stand for you from the Department of Those Sciences to speak a few words on this auspicious occasion. So, Munda Chappai Mundu, Indian tradition in Chaptandi, Aneka Samsayoshedi, Parochadasya Darshani, Sarvasya Rochanam Satram, Yasyam Nasyandha Evacha, Aneka Samsayoshedi. ఎన్నో డౌట్స్ని ఈజీఫుల్గా క్లారిఫై చేసే ఒక గొప్ప కాన్సెప్ట్. ద నెక్స్ట్ పరోక్షార్థస్య దర్శని. ప్రతి ఒక్కటి మనం పట్టుకోను, ప్రతి ఒక్కటి మనం ప్రత్యేకంగా చూసేది కాదు, పరోక్షంగా కూడా ఇమాజినేషన్ చేసి ఆ ఇమాజినేషన్ని సక్సెస్ చేయగలిగింది. అండ్ ద థర్డ్ వన్ సర్వస్య లోచనం శాస్త్రం. సైన్స్ ఈజ్ ఐ టు ఆల్. సైన్స్ అనేది ఒక సమస్తాన్ని చూడటానికి. యస్యాం నాస్యంధ ఏవచ. ఈ సైన్స్ ఒక్కటి మాత్రమే గడ్ని తొలగిస్తుంది అని ఇండియన్ ట్రెడిషన్ ఎప్పుడు వచ్చింది. సో యాజ్ బీయింగ్ ఎ ప్రౌడ్ సైంటిస్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్నందుకు, ఎస్పెషల్లీ డాక్టర్స్, philosophers as well as my dear friends, and being a science student, మనం ఈరోజు సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకోవాల్సింది చాలా గర్వంగా సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకున్నాం. అండ్ వీఆర్ సో గ్లాడ్ ఫ్రమ్ సైంటిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇస్రో. అండ్ నాకు కూడా ఇస్రోలో రాగానే ఎంతో కోరిక. ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఒక స్పెషాలిటీ ఏంటి అంటే ఐ ఓపెన్ మై ఐ ఇన్ వైట్ వే. ఎలాగా అంటే నేను ఇక్కడికి వచ్చే వరకు టు బి ఫ్రాంక్ జియాలజీ జియో సైన్సెస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ అనేది ఒక చిన్న కాన్సెప్ట్ అంటున్నాను, బట్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎ స్మాల్. సైన్స్ ఏ కార్నర్ అయినా కూడా ఒక చిన్న కాన్సెప్ట్ కానే కాదు, ఇట్స్ ఎ వైడ్. ద పాయింట్ ఈస్ మీరు ఎలా చూస్తున్నారు సైన్స్ అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్, వాట్ ఐ లర్న్. సో అండ్ ఆల్సో ఇక్కడ వేరియస్ బ్రాంచెస్, వేరియస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇన్ని డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్కి ఖచ్చితంగా కామన్ పాయింట్ ఉందంటే అది మా సైన్స్ గొప్పదనం. సో ఇంకొక స్మాల్ విషయం ఏంటి, ఒక ఆధారమైన విషయం ఏంటి అంటే బయట సొసైటీలో ఎక్కువగా బేస్ చేసి ఎంఎస్సి సైన్స్ చేస్తున్నాడు అంటే they are only restricted for teachers. But మన రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ఏంటంటే యాజ్ బీయింగ్ ఏ సైన్స్ స్టూడెంట్స్ సొసైటీని ఎడ్యుకేట్ కూడా చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ఎంఎస్సి సైన్స్ ఏదైనా ఏ బ్రాంచ్ అనేది చేస్తున్నారు అంటే ఓన్లీ టీచర్స్కో, ఓన్లీ ప్రొఫెసర్స్కో కాదు మనం చేయబోయేది. మనం బిల్డప్ చేయాల్సింది ఒక బిగ్ నేషన్ ఇన్ ద ఫీల్డ్ ఆఫ్ సైన్స్. సో బై దిస్ ఐ థ్యాంక్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవరీవన్. ధన్యోస్మి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. ధన్యోస్మి.
Thank you. I think he has raised some points. I think just with your courage, my friends, please.
There are 2-3 points which all the 3 speakers has mentioned. The opportunity what we got during the pandemic. Then second is on what is the type of opportunities, okay, where we can do better. And even if we can be in earth sciences or any other discipline. So you all have to look in which direction the market is going. Let us take our COVID. During COVID testing, what that we are using? Antigen based, right? Mashallah, antigen based. But there is another thing, see, antigen based has to be kept in an environmental conditions as to maintain, or it can go. But the environmental conditions are not okay, the measurement what comes can go false. Correct? So there is another thing, a chemical based, that's called aptamer. Okay? This aptamer based identification mechanism is more robust and it need not kept in an environmental conditions. So it means మనం ఇంట్లో పెట్టుకుని కూడా అది మనం టెస్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. And it will be much less costlier than what we are doing in antigen based. But this technology is getting good for certain things in different areas, but it's not in the country. I'll give you some examples how the developed world is making a lot of money because we are illiterate in that areas. See, this aptamer, I want to have a sample in IST because we established a lab for biosensors for early detection of cancer, and we are able to, we already succeeded at the skin level doing for breast cancer 1 year before any cell gets mutated itself to identify. So that's with the nanotechnology base, but since we have established the labs, we are also able to do on aptamer based detection systems. But to get the sample of aptamer for the combination what is needed, the US and UK companies asked me for the sample size, okay, of a particular volume, almost like 10 lakhs. Okay. So finally, I got an NGO or a startup company in Noida who is doing for tuberculosis. This can be done for different diseases. And he has asked 2 lakhs in advance, which he will do. And in price that I got 50,000 rupees from France, from a different third party for the same combination what we wanted. So where is the money? And future is going to be on aptamer-based detection systems. If you can establish a lab in your university and then start working on it, you will be the best entrepreneurs which will be supplying this. Then I don't expect that we should have another pandemic, but for any disease, any viral disease, you can detect it based on these aptamer-based technologies. Is one. Second is biosensors is a very big future dimension, because if you go for any related disease screening, it's very expensive today. Can we do it at home? It's possible. That's why I was telling you the technique, what we developed in lysing the exosome. You're all aware of exosomes, right? So, see, exosome lyse chesta protein release avutundi. The combination of the protein will tell you what type of disease we are bound to get. So we did it for breast cancer initially. Now this ICMR has cleared for tests. Then we get the samples and we can do this, what is called single level, which you can do. We're not doing any trials on humans, but we're training the humans who are affected with certain malignancies and then test it here. So this is a foolproof mechanism. So seeing the interest in it, and research happened during pandemic. Okay, the restrictions which are there, the masks are there, the students coming to the campus, but students are coming. I allowed all the students to come. But giving them facility for their food, water, by the people who will be there 40 days, screened. So we developed all these labs there. But now they gave us for lung cancer and pancreatic, because this can be detected very late. It has become a major cause of concern for the government. But then these technologies are almost like 1/20th of the cost for what normal blood tests are being done. And this is totally another disruption of technologies. And today we have a handle on such. So during pandemic time, we have learned, that means we means youngsters like you. We only give ideas, we only give labs, we only ask the questions, what next, what next, what next. That's only I can do better. Or why don't you think in this direction? This is what the mentoring which we can do. But they realized, and this has been with very fine equipment, which has to see on nano level and micro level the input what is there, and this is all on the chip level, because they do on nanotechnology, how the coating has been done, how the coating is uniform. These all tests has to be done under controlled conditions. But once it comes into production, it becomes much easier. There's another thing which has happened during the pandemic is my knowledge which goes in, are also gas sensors. We're all talking about Gaganyaan, right? So crew will go. Now today also Prime Minister has identified 4 people, right? So out of the 2 people will go, finally. So overall, because all 4 cannot go, because the crew module doesn't accommodate all the people. So out of the 4, they keep on test practices and 2 of them will go. And this is where the gas sensors, we need to know how much we are perspiring, how much we are breathing out, so how it is being regulated. Everything has to be measured by the sensors. This is called environmental life support system. But this environmental life support system, no country is ready to give. There are 2 countries have this, US and Russia. They are not even ready to share with the technology. They are ready to give as a product which you plug in and play in a crew module and it will work. But we took as a challenge to do 6 major gas sensors in IAST labs, but for which you need to know what is the flow of the gas, how much is controlled. That's called a characterization lab. And once you develop the sensor, you have to validate it and then test it. This is all done by youngsters like you, especially girl students. And I'm proud to tell also one of the girl was pregnant, but she's coming to the office because design is there, what the fabricator how he's doing. She did it and she also gave a birth to a nice baby. This all happened during pandemic. But research stopped. And we have today the gas sensors ready for Gaganyaan. But is it only for Gaganyaan? But we need to measure methane when we're having agriculture, right? Or you need to have carbon monoxide. Wherever you are heating something, we need carbon monoxide. Or you are storing some propellants or even the explosives which are there, that means ammunition, that all hydrogen gets leaked. So that you need to have sensors of hydrogen. There are sensors needed for helium. There are sensors needed for knowing soil moisture. This is all your domain. Only the lab is there, the research will come. You don't have to spend any money on this. Because whatever labs are there, you have a project, you can go, jolly well go there, sit there and do and come. So this all happened during pandemic. And another one is restriction in import from outside. So that even for space, we found it will be difficult, but we found many of the industry started working towards for space components and space systems also. That's where private resources are now, we have our own private companies which do that. So a lot of policy changes come. Data has been opened, so no government can tell the data is restricted. Every data has to be made public. That's where I was telling you all, focus on analysis, analytical skills. But for that also you need to understand that in data science. Because what logic you will apply on the data to get out of it. Because today you hear about AI, ML, right? In AI, ML also, unless you don't understand the basics, what is the component of this data, what are the properties of the data, so then only you know what type of algorithm you can keep on top of it to get reliance on AI to be implemented. Or else again, it doesn't serve the purpose what is it. So these are all the type of opportunities which are available to you, and this all happened during the pandemic time. I am giving only a few examples which has gone beyond the imagination of any administrator also. Administrator means the vice chancellor, directors or registrars, whatever is it, the children, youngsters like you did much bigger things than what is expected. So that is your potential. Okay, you understand? Your potential is very big. But you have to think, I'm big, I can do something, right? And then do. There's no looking back in such things like that. Similarly, we also wanted to make small satellites. And the small satellites is very complicated because whatever the 400 kg satellite does, we want to do it in 1 kg to 3 kg satellite. That means satellite has to be stable, right? Without stability, whatever it's observing is no meaning. Then the satellite has to have energy of its own because it has to keep doing it. And then whatever it is looking at, it has to communicate. And it also, whatever communication we are giving through telemetry, it has to understand what we are giving. And that means stability, the power, and then it has to have its own power generation capacity, it has to communicate, and whatever is detecting, also it has to send back. So we need a ground station for that. So this is where all things are done by the students in the span of 3 to 4 months during the pandemic. Understand our Honorable Vice Chancellor is also passionate about this year.
Welcome, sir. All the way from Argentina. Sir.
Yeah, Honorable Vice Chancellor. So I completed my talk. So I was answering some questions which has come from students in what happened during the pandemic and also the placement-related opportunities which is there. So these satellites, as I was telling you, were done by students of 3 batches, not single batch, not single student. And they could write a standard operating procedure. That means whenever you want to do some work, like your experiments, we can make standard operating procedure, and each one will complete their job and write what has completed, and then you can do it. And they're successful. They're flying, they're giving the information, and they're working much better than what is expected to. Coming to the opportunity to jobs, don't look for jobs unless you have a real financial situation at your home. Because as I was telling you, there's a huge amount of data, petabytes of data, which is available. How you can analyze to solve the everyday common problems is the one which can give you much better happiness and much bigger money. I told you one example of data work, or anything you take, that secondary revolution in this thing, or crop insurance. You have a lot of crop insurance. All these subjects, every subject has or taxation, urban taxation, smart cities. Again, it's all sensor-based, IoT-based data which comes in how to do the analysis. Or smart villages. smart agriculture. Because everyone wants to become smart, not only on phone, but also in our deeds, in our daily life. So for all this, whatever is space qualified, we can use it for our day-to-day use and take it further. Thank you and good luck for all of you. We look for these projects coming out of this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for interacting with our students with a lot kinds of messages, which is more useful to our young students for nurturing their career. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request our esteemed Vice Chancellor, sir, to grace the in the book opening ceremony authored by our excellent colleague, Dr. K. Nannaya. Please come on to the dais, madam. Madam is one of the author, with Professor Murali Krishna. Madam is one of the author for the book. She has wrote a book, especially on artificial intelligence with GIS. Please, madam. Now, I request our esteemed Vice Chancellor to release the book written by Dr. K. Nannaya. Thank you, sir, for gracing the case of book releasing written by Dr. K. Nannaya. Now this is the time to invite the man of vision for the development of Adikavi Nannaya University, the great professor, dynamic Vice Chancellor, sir, the esteemed Vice Chancellor of Adikavi Nannaya University, Professor K. Padmaraju Garu, to address the gathering with his speech. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Distinguished guest, Dr. Krishnamurthy, Director of Analysis, and my learned colleague, Honorable Registrar, Professor Sudhakar, Judge Principal in the Science College, Dr. Jagamohan Reddy, the Dean of Science Faculties, Dr. Y. Srinivasaraju, my colleagues of the dais and my dear young friends. ఒకసారి తప్పటండి ఎందుకంటే ఈ టప్పట్లన్నీ కూడా నవరత్నంగా మీరు కొట్టడం మర్చిపోయారు. షీ హస్ రిటన్ వండర్ఫుల్ బుక్ ఆన్ Python programming that is meant for GIS. for all the student communities ki ఉపయోగపడే ప్రాసెస్ కాబట్టి it is all congratulated once again. Very recently, I know very little about the others which are not of my field. Okay, discussion about 3 important things for the next 2 decades for the students. ఒకటి ఏం చెప్పామంటే you should know about artificial intelligence, AI. The second is cloud. Third is Python programming. ఈ 3 ఉంటే మీరు ఏ బ్రాంచ్ చదివినా పడదు. They are so generic in nature. With this, that's information I got from one of my friends at UK. His student is there running some company in Rajahmundry on AI. Next week, Dr. Haimal Garu is connecting one program, the training program for faculty initially on AI and its applications. Once again, I wish the Science Day wishes to all of you. National Science Day, which is being celebrated on the occasion of the invention of Raman effect and by C.V. Raman, very popular scientist in 1930. I don't know how many people have got Indians in science after that. Very few people got. And everybody is craving of IT, information technology. Forget about IT, even engineering. Without science, there is no engineering at all. As rightly said by our distinguished guest, check it lunch very well with science. I'm just seeing the live what is happening here. మనవాళ్ళందరినీ కూడా చీకట్లో వెలుగులో తీసుకొచ్చేది సైన్స్ అంటే. But without even physics or mathematics, there is no branch of my own branch, electronics and communication engineering. Please keep interest in your own field, whatever it is. Chemistry, biotechnology, whatever the thing, geoinformatics, bioinformatics, biotechnology, food science and technology. ఎందుకంటే I very strongly believe that after a few years I am also retired. But after a few years, India is going to become Vishwaguru. It commands the entire globe. There is no doubt in that. That is only because India is going to become the youngest country on the globe with the average age of around 29 years. Already, the average age of China is around 49 years. 2022, August 15th, Red Fort నుంచి Prime Minister Modi గారు చెప్పినారు, you should take care of the youngsters in the Amrit Kaal for all the teachers. Amrit Kaal అంటే 2020 నుంచి 2047 దాకా. That is 100 years of our independence. By 2035, we become the youngest country. And you people should know what Infosys is doing, or what TCS is doing, what Accenture is doing, or most of the countries, most of the software companies. If you think of services, if something happens in US, or a car accident, immediately a problem will be given to some software company in India. వాడికి అది ఇన్సూరెన్స్ వస్తుంది క్లెయిమ్, అది మీరు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి ఇస్తారు. ఇప్పుడు చేస్తారు బీఎస్సీ ఫిజిక్స్ కానీ, బీఎస్సీ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ కానీ, లేకపోతే బీఎస్సీ కెమిస్ట్రీ కానీ 3 years బాగా చదివి, తర్వాత 2 years ఎంఎస్ చదివి, ఆ తర్వాత చిన్న పాలిటిక్స్ జాబ్ ఆఫ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కంపెనీ జాబ్, ఆ మోజులో పడిపోయి ఈ 5 సంవత్సరాలు చదివిన కెమిస్ట్రీ కానీ, జియోఫిజిక్స్ కానీ, మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ కానీ అంతా పక్కన పెట్టేసి వాట్ విల్ బి డూయింగ్? Will be doing the services to the citizens. ఆ పరిస్థితి ఎల్లకాలం ఉండదు. If you see last year admissions for MSc Physics, MSc Maths, MSc Botany, చాలా తక్కువ admissions జరిగాయి. బట్ అలాంటి పరిస్థితి ఉండదు. You are the ambassadors who have to understand and preach and teach. Science is equally important for everybody. Without science, there is no engineering. And for example, even without mathematics, there is no engineering. Applied mathematics is nothing but our own branch, electronics and communication engineering. ఈరోజు మీరు ఒకటి గమనించాలి. We do a lot of radar engineering చెప్తాను, నేను satellite engineering చెప్తాను. For the last 32 years, I'm teaching communication subjects in JNTU Kakinada. And in fact, my students are there in very, very important posts in ISAC and a number of places. ఆశ్చర్యపోతారు. నా దగ్గరికి తడబడతా వచ్చి కాడు వండుకుంటూ వచ్చాడు కుర్రాడు. ఆ ఇంగ్లీష్ మాట్లాడడం కూడా సరిగ్గా రాదు. దిస్ 1995 or 96 I think. ఈరోజు he's working in ISAC as solar panel expert. He's heading this entire the solar panels division in ISAC. ISAC అంటే ISRO Satellite Application Center, Bangalore. అరే వీడైనా మాట్లాడడం కూడా భయపడేవాడు, ఇంగ్లీష్లో మాట్లాడలేకపోయేవాడు. ఇతనైనా ఈరోజు హీస్ హెడింగ్ ద ఎంటైర్ డివిజన్ ఇన్ ఐసాక్. హిస్ నేమ్ ఇస్ కాజా శ్రీనివాస్. ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నానంటే ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ మీకు, యూ హ్యావ్ టు బిలీవ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్, యూ కెన్ డూ. మీరు చేయగలరు. ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే చెప్తున్నప్పుడు వినండి. చెప్తున్నప్పుడు వింటే ఓకే, నువ్వు వింటలేదు పక్కన పాడి చేస్తున్నావు. ప్లీజ్ లిసన్ వాట్ ఐమ్ సేయింగ్. ఓకే, మీకోసం మీ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 200-300 kilometers డ్రైవ్ చేసుకుని వచ్చాడు. వినండి, ప్లీజ్ లిసన్. వెన్ యూ స్టార్వార్డ్స్ దే హ్యావ్ డన్ ఎంటైర్ లైఫ్ 40-45 years కష్టపడి వాడి యొక్క ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ వాంట్. ఐ వాంట్ మై స్టూడెంట్స్ టు లిసన్ టు ద స్టార్వార్డ్స్. ఈరోజు పేపర్లో అంతమంది చూసినా తెలియదు. ద నేమ్ ఈజ్ ప్రశాంత్ నాయర్. తెలుసా? ప్రశాంత్ నాయర్. అంగద్ తెలుసా? అక్కడ టీచర్స్ స్టూడెంట్స్ చెప్పండి. అంగద్ ప్రతాప్, శుభాంశు శుక్లా, and the other one is Krishnan, Ajit Krishnan. These 4 people were selected for Gaganyaan. They are going into the space from here. చిన్నపిల్లోళ్ళ గౌరవిస్తున్నాడు ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ నరేంద్ర మోడీ ఆ నలుగురిని చూసి. తెలుసుకోండి వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపీనింగ్ దేర్. మన Chandrayaan 3 is a tremendous success. First time in the South Pole, soft landing is happening. A lot of activities happening in ISRO and other fields there. Chandrayaan 3. And in fact, now they are preparing for Gaganyaan. Gaganyaan is nothing but our Indians will be in the orbit around 400 kilometers above the surface of Earth. They will be revolving for 3 days, and they will be bringing our ISRO will be bringing them back to Indian Sea. They will be landing into Indian seas. Actually, there is unmanned Gaganyaan already happened. That is G1 within scheduled in second quarter of 24. And in fact, during 24-25, our Gaganyaan will go with these Indians, Angarta, Prashant Nair, all these 4 people, Shubhanshu Shukla and Ajit Krishnan. And then coming back. Already these people are trained in Russia. That is in 24-25. In 35, Bharatiya Antariksha Station is going to be installed. And in 2040, the first Indian will be landing on moon. That's why this is called as Amrit Kaal. 2022 నుంచి 2047 దాకా, that is 100 years of independence, where India is going to become the youngest country on the globe, and you are the torch bearers. See, people, in fact, the government is trying a lot for youth participation. మీకు తెలియాల్సిందంటే కృష్ణమూర్తి గారికి కూడా తెలుసు, తమిళనాడులో చిన్న స్కూల్ 10th పిల్లలు శాటిలైట్స్ తయారు చేసుకొస్తున్నారు. Now they are discussing because lot of space debris is being collected at the graveyards in the space. అందుకోసం అది డిస్కరేజ్ చేస్తున్నారు. కానీ మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సిందంటే 10th క్లాస్ పిల్లలు చేయాలని మీరు చేయాలి, మీరు ఆలోచించాలి. వికసిత్ భారత్ 2047, what is this? Government is asking the ideas from you. How you want to be your India when you are 40-50 years age? మీరు 4 సంవత్సరాలు వచ్చేటప్పటికి మీరు ఇండియా ఎలా ఉండాలనుకుంటున్నారు? For God's sake, don't waste your time. ఈ రోజు నుంచి కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. Sky is the limit for you. Already India is ISRO is doing miracles outside. It in fact has launched Aditya L1. That's the mission to the solar mission. చాలా ఉన్నాయి. You know, Aditya and comes to my mind, Tokamak. Aditya, one name is there, it's a nuclear fusion reactor, the name of the nuclear fusion reactor. It's in somewhere in Baroda. Plasma, instead of plasma research, IPL. Instead of plasma research, ఒక రియాక్టర్ని డెవలప్ చేశారు, దాని పేరు ఆదిత్య. ఆ ప్లాస్మా రియాక్టర్లో వచ్చే ఎనర్జీ ఈస్ ఎన్నో రెట్లు సూర్యుడు సన్ ఏమైనా హీట్ కన్నా ఎన్నో రెట్లు ఎక్కువ. There are around, I think, around 147 countries are taking part in this mission. The actual headquarters is in France, and India is part of that. And the major contributors are around 13 countries. ఈ 13 countries intellectual property అది. అదేంటంటే ఈ యొక్క రియాక్టర్లో దే ఆర్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ ఎనర్జీ యూజింగ్ న్యూక్లియర్ ఫ్యూజన్. అది సక్సెస్ అయితే మీ అట్మాస్ఫియరిక్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఉండదు, కార్బన్ క్రెడిట్స్ ఉండదు, దేర్ ఇస్ నో పొల్యూషన్ ఎట్ ఆల్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. పెట్రోలియం ప్రొడక్ట్స్ అక్కర్లేదు. దట్స్ షార్ట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యాపెన్. The research is being happening in our own country. మీరు ఒకసారి ఆలోచించాలి, సూర్యుడి కన్నా ఎన్ని రెట్లు యొక్క టెంపరేచర్, హౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ బీయింగ్ kept inside tokamak, and it's a name of atomic fusion reactor. Why I am telling all this is, ఎక్కడో అమెరికాలో యాక్సిడెంట్ జరిగితే మీరు హైదరాబాద్లో కూర్చొని అక్కడికి ఎంత ఇన్సూరెన్స్ క్లెయిమ్ అవుతుందో క్యాల్కులేట్ చేయడం కరెక్టా? You want to be in some real heart of the science, you should be there. మీరు ఒకసారి మీరు గూగుల్ తీసుకుని సెర్చ్ చేయండి, నేను చెప్పిన యూ గెట్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్. నాట్ ఓన్లీ దట్, యూ ఆర్ MSc హిస్టరీ, MSc ఫిజిక్స్, MSc మ్యాథ్స్, MSc agriculture, MSc whatever not, biology, actually fisheries. Sky is the limit. ఒకసారి మీరు ఆలోచిస్తే నా ఉద్దేశంలో there is no doubt we can create wonders. ఆలోచించాలంటే అసలు ఏమి చదువుకున్న రైతు వచ్చి ఇక్కడ మీపైన ఒక 40 సెంట్లు ఒక ఆక్వాకల్చర్ పాండ్ తీసుకుని ఈజ్ ప్రొడ్యూసింగ్ 2 lakhs rupees per annum. మామూలుగా మనకి ఈస్ట్ గోదావరిలో పొలం, మా పొలం కూడా ఉంది. మా పొలం ఎకరాకి ఎంత ఇస్తుంది తెలుసా? 10,000 రూపాయలు ఇస్తుంది. దిస్ మ్యాన్ వితౌట్ ఎన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ హీఈస్ ప్రొడ్యూసింగ్ 2 lakh rupees for 40 cents. అంటే ఎకరాకి లక్షలు సంపాదిస్తున్నాడు. ఆయన్ని మన నేషనల్ ఫిష్ డేకి తీసుకొచ్చాం ఎక్స్పర్ట్గా. ఆయన మన కాలేజీకి కూడా. వాట్ ఈస్ థింకింగ్ ఈజ్, ఎంతసేపు కూడా ఆక్వాకల్చర్లో దే థింక్ ఆఫ్ హౌ టు గెట్ మోర్ ఈల్డ్ అండ్ ద హెల్త్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫిష్ ఓన్లీ. But this man is thinking of the health of the pond also. That is what think out of the box. Sir చెప్తుంటే విన్నాను స్పీచ్లో అవుట్ ఆఫ్ బాక్స్ థింకింగ్ అంటే ఆలోచించండి ఏం చేయొచ్చు. ఫుడ్ సైన్స్ టెక్నాలజీ చెప్తున్నాను కదా, లాట్ ఆఫ్ గవర్నమెంట్ schemes are there. So for the benefit of our decisions, sir, we had MOU with CFTRI Mysore, and we have started this year MSc Food Science and Technology. I wish the students of Food Science and Technology, they should go to CFTRI Mysore and work for a project for 6 months. ఒక 6 నెలలు మీరు మీ ఫుడ్ సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ స్టూడెంట్స్, if they just walk with them in the campus, 250-acre campus, Tilvamba Mansion in Mysore, you will be learning how to. చెప్పగలం, మీరు చేయగలరు. దట్స్ ద డిఫరెన్స్. కొద్దిగా సీరియస్గా ఆలోచించండి మీరందరూ కూడా. We had a MOU with Sir CTRA, and CTRA director is asking me to associate with him in the project which is pertaining to biosensors. What you are just now telling about the biosensor గురించి, ఆ టొబాకో లీఫ్ని ఎట్లా irrigate చేయాలి, ఎలా స్టోర్ చేయాలి. ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ ఆల్రెడీ ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఈస్ త్రూ. వన్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ ప్రొఫెసర్ Persis madam and the scientists from CRA had one project, and another Professor Kamala Kumari and a professor from CTRA, scientist from CTRA, who had another project this year. And most of you might be knowing, for the benefit of the guests I'm saying, here we got 20 crores of funding from PM scheme, Pradhan Mantri Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan scheme. That entire 20 crores is meant for science only. Most of the money is for science only. You just think of it. We are going to procure 97 equipment, 97 different types of equipment, which is meant for you, science, research and development. They're going to be here in the next 1 year. There will be a big building with 10 crores, and the money, most of the time, money is for around 6 to 8 crores is for equipment. And one big lab we are going to get in artificial intelligence and AI and ML, machine learning, and one big digital studio, which is meant for you people. You can learn from anybody, not only teachers here, anybody on the globe. That is what we are planning. There are some very good steps we have taken. Thanks to all my colleagues, even though there are only 24 regular faculty. I should thank all the 140 ad hoc faculty. They are always behind me. Thanks to them. We have done wonderful strides this last 8 months. Almost 50 crores worth of buildings are being started in this campus and other 2 campuses. And believe me, we are going to get for engineering college students, engineering college, fresh college will come, one big building. And we have a very ultra-modern, secure examination system. Examination building will be there. And really happy to associate with you. మనం ఇలాంటి కబుర్లు చాలాసార్లు చెప్పుకోవచ్చు, but be serious. That's very, very important. How best you use your time between 4:30 and night 8:30. That decides your destiny. I told many times, చెప్పను మీతో పాటు వస్తాను, మీ హాస్టల్స్కి ఏం చేస్తున్నారు చెప్తాను. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే నెక్స్ట్ మండే ఆర్ ట్యూస్డే ఆల్ దిస్ 3 new buildings are coming, and our inauguration will be completed in the next week. After that, I am a little free, and let us allow me to walk with you. In fact, sir, I should really wholeheartedly thank you, sir, Dr. Shruti garu, for sharing his experiences with our friends. And sir will be leaving at 6:25 with Shahadri Express. Sir, this is only beginning. Please try to help our university and our students and our faculty. Whatever you can do. We'll be in touch with you, sir. And I request okay? Please be in touch with you. We're going to start a new programs, MSc, Geoinformatics, Bioinformatics also, for the next year. Okay, this is all in the offing. So please access smart registration. Please wait for 5 minutes. మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే హౌ టు యూస్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ల్యాప్టాప్ ఆర్ సెల్ ఫోన్, హ్యూజ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇస్ అవైలబుల్. దాన్ని ఏది తీసుకోవాలి ఏది తీసుకోకూడదు అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, యూ షుడ్ బి దట్స్ వేర్ రోల్ ఆఫ్ ఎ టీచర్ కమ్స్. ఓకే, అడిగి ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ స్టూడెంట్స్ నాకు మీకు డౌట్స్ వచ్చినాయి, ఐ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మేడం హైమావతి గారు. GFC తీసుకున్న డౌట్ వస్తే ఐ కెన్ ఆస్క్ ప్రొఫెసర్ స్వామి here. All like that, anyway, all senior people are there who can help you. Okay?
Yeah, I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, please felicitate the guest. Madam, sir, if you kindly permit me, Madam Ishmithiyar is also there. Can I request her? Madam, please come. Please. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We'll still ready. Vehicle is ready. Thank you, sir, for the university in connection with this incident. I thank you. Thank you very much, madam, for gracing this. So next program will continue on the prize distribution, certificates distribution. Then let us close it. Please, I request organizers please take over.
Now I request Vice Chancellor to come with prize distribution to all winners and top.
I would like to call the winners of the event onto the stage. First, for the event, PPT or documentary, first prize goes to S. Pravalika from First ME Geology. Second prize goes to Niharika, second MSc Biochemistry. Please come ask. Third prize goes to S. Harita, first MSc Biotechnology. For the event painting competition, first prize goes to JPSS Ramya, first MSc Science and Technology. Second prize goes to S. Devi, first MSc Biotechnology. Third prize goes to Sheikh Ayesha, second MSc Aquaculture. For the elocution competition, first prize goes to S. Pravalika, first MSc Zoology. Second prize goes to P.S. Hudson Dattatreya, second MSc Geophysics. Third prize goes to S. Harita, first MSc Biotechnology. For the event essay writing in English, first prize goes to K. Sivanagendra, second MSc Botany. Second prize goes to MVV MMM Supraja, second MSc Aquaculture. Third prize goes to PS HSN Dattatreya, second MSc Geophysics. In Telugu, first prize goes to BSV Prasanna, second MSc Botany. Second prize goes to CH Narsingarao, first MSc Organic Chemistry. Third prize goes to K. Lavanya, first MSc Analytical Chemistry. For the event competition, first prize goes to BSV Prasanna and team. The members are D. Vijayalakshmi, MSL Durga, P. Praveen, A. Shravani, K. Durga from second MSc Botany. Please come. For the event skit competition, second prize goes to A. Sivanagendra and team. M. Agnes, M. Paris Rani, M. Flores, J. Kayesha Serena and Jyoti. For the quiz competition, first prize goes to D. Badri and team. And the team are T. G. Satyakumar, C. H. Jagdish, B. Anjibabu, B. Andrea, B. Durga Satish, B. Sriram, N. Venkatamanesh. And the second prize goes to S. Sri Vikram and team, K. Sushmita, Maunika, K. Lavanya, R. Naveen, G. Divya Jyoti, M. Ramadevi, R. Lokesh, K. Dorak and S. Harita. Second. Please come back. Third prize winners, be ready. D. Dhanaraj and team, Sheikh Mastan Sharif, LVVS Narayana, T. Sindhu, T. Nagasisha, V. Ramireddy, K. Chandrakala,
K. Srivasavi, B. Neelima.
One minute. Sir, remaining 1 minute.
I would like to call upon the merit students from various departments of University College of Science and Technology. First, N. Neela Kausalya from St. MSc Biotechnology. B. Rama Pratyusha, 2nd ME Biochemistry. MVV MM Supraja, 2nd MSc Agriculture. K. Gorak, 2nd MSc Botany. MRK Abhishek, 2nd MSc Physics. K. Lavanya, 2nd MSc Analytical Chemistry. M. Supraja, 2nd MSc Organic Chemistry. Y. Nagasari, 2nd MSc Geology. P.S. H.S. Dattatreya, 2nd MSc Geophysics. S.P. Sonia Shankar, 2nd MSc Zoology. D. Maheshwari, 2nd MSc Applied Mathematics. M. Lavanya, 2nd MSc Mathematics. Thank you, sir.
Now I request Dr. Rajalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, and Head, Department of Physics, to vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and recognize the assistance of everyone who put in a lot of effort to make this event National Science Celebrations 2024 a great success. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to our chief guest of today's program, Honorable Vice Chancellor. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Padmaraju Garu, for taking time out of his busy schedule to attend this event. Sir, your thoughts have provided all the students of the institution a great guideline to move forward in our lives. We must measure our deep sense of appreciation to our distinguished guest of today's program, Dr. Y.V. Krishnamurthy Garu, Chairman, PAMC, MOES, and former Director, for his insights on this program. We are also very grateful to our guest of honor, Professor G. Zakar Garu, Registrar, for his thoughts on this program. We would like to acknowledge our great gratitude to Dr. P. Vijayanedla Ma'am, Principal, for her support and guidance in organizing this event. We must express our sincere gratitude to the President of today's program, Professor B. Jaganmohan Garu, Principal in charge, for hosting today's event to the best. We must express our sincere gratitude to the special invitees of today's program, deans, principals, officers, HODs, and course coordinators for their support in organizing this event. We are grateful to all the faculty, staff, students for their cooperation and support in contributing to the success of this event. We would like to thank press and media. Last but not least, a heartfelt thanks to every one of you for contributing to the success of this event.